A very good evening to all of you, my dear students. Welcome back to the class once again. And we are dealing with the chapter, discussing the chapter political parties which are in India. And we are going to sum up and learn few of the political parties which are major parties of India. So we are here to the topic of national parties. Which parties are known as national parties? Okay. So which party can be called as national parties? So there are some criteria, my
Sir,
dear
the
students.
parties,
Yes, of course. Yes, Utkarsh. So we have to decide whether a party is a national party or or not a national party. So there are some criterias so that we will look into. So national parties are the country-wide parties. They are throughout the country, not in a single state or not in a single regional place or local place. They are country-wide parties which have their branches, which have their units in various states, maybe throughout the country in every states or in some states. So it should have branches or units in various states. National parties they used to have. Let us see next. What are the next criterias are there? All the units of a national party. Now that is most important. That's why you can see over there that they are in red in color. It's important ones. All the units of national party, whether they are having units in every state or they are having in few states only, whatever the number of units they are having, all the units of a national party, they will follow the same policies, same programs and same strategies which will be decided at the national level. So they will have their head office at the national level, maybe at Delhi or somewhere else also they can have, and whatever they will decide about the policies, programs and the strategies to be developed, to be implemented, that will be implemented at the national level. Means all the branches, all the units of that national party will follow the same policies, programs and strategy they used to follow. They can't have different policies at different units. Okay, but it might change according to the situation of that different particular place or state, but the basic things of that policies or programs will remain same everywhere. Every party in the country has to register. Every party, all the parties in a country has to register with the election commission. That is the first criteria over here. They have to register with the election commission. That is one of the criteria over here. So okay, let us register. We have registered, a lot of parties have been registered in the election commission. Now the election commission, you can see, they treat all parties equally. For them all the parties are equal in their eyes, but there is big but over here, that it offers some special facilities to large and established parties, those parties which are large and those which are having established parties. So election commission they offer some political, or as you can say, some special facilities to those large and established parties. Now one question might be there in your mind, that which parties are maybe called as large and established parties, and there must be some criteria and to tell them that yes, it is a large and established parties. So yes, your question is right in your mind. We will discuss that also, that whom we can say that they are large and established parties. I think that up to here you must have got the things, that election commission they have to register with the election commission, and the units of the national party they all follow the same policies and programs as well as the strategies which are decided at the national level. National parties do have their countrywide, they have units in their throughout the country. They have units, they have offices, they have branches, and election commission offers some special facilities to those large and established parties. So let us look about those large and established parties. They are also known as recognized political parties. उन लोगों को हम लोग recognized political parties भी कहते हैं. So अब देखते हैं क्या conditions. What are the conditions? The election commission treats all parties equally, but it offers, that we have just gone through, that it offers some special facilities. Those parties are given a unique symbol. So what are those special facilities? This is one of the special facility, that they are given a unique symbol, and only the official candidate of that party can use that election symbol. Suppose we know that BJP government has a lotus symbol, Congress having different type of symbol, Trinamool is having different symbol, that we will learn in this chapter only, about their symbols and about their formation, about their mottos and their their ambitions, what are their really why they have formed this party. We will go through in this chapter. So that special facility is that they used to get a unique symbol from the election commission, and those unique symbol can only be used by the official candidate of that particular party. So parties that get this privilege, many parties that get this unique symbol, they are also known as recognized. They are recognized by the election commission for the purpose, for the election purpose. Those who are getting unique symbol, they are recognized by the election commission, and that is why these political parties are also called as recognized political parties, because they are getting some unique symbol, one unique symbol from the election commission, and because they are large and they are established, that's why they are also known as recognized political parties. So we will look at the criteria to perform or to become a recognized political party, what they have to do, what they have to achieve the target. There are some targets, my dear students. Let us see these those targets. So criteria to become or to be a recognized national party, है ना, recognized national party के लिए क्या criteria? Let us see the criteria. The election commission has laid down detailed criteria of the proportion of the votes and the seats, how much vote they have to get and how much seats they have to win. That have been laid down by the election commission in their criteria that a party must get in order to become a recognized party. So the election commission has given detailed information, detailed criteria that how much vote a party should get out of the total vote, and how much seats they have to win out of the total seats available in that area or available throughout the country. Then only they will become a recognized party. So let us see what are those things. A party will be recognized as a national party, or they will be recognized as a large or established party. They have to get this thing. Number one, a party that secures at least 6% of the total votes in an election to the legislative assembly of that state. Suppose some of the parties contesting election in Bihar. So in Bihar legislative assembly elections, what they have to get? They have to get at least 6% of the total votes, and they have to win, means that party will have to win at least 2 seats also out of the total seats. Then it will be recognized as a state party. So that is the first criteria. They have to get at least 6% of total vote and at least two seats in the legislative assembly in an election, and only then they will be recognized as a state party. Next criteria is what? A party that secures at least 6% of the total votes in the Lok Sabha election. So 6% remains same over here also. So a party that will get 6% of the total votes in Lok Sabha elections or assembly elections, anything. In any 4 states, now there is a criteria is increasing over here. In 4 states, and that party will have to contest election at least from 4 states, and they have to get at least 6% votes in the Lok Sabha election or assembly election in 4 states at least. And beside this, they will have to win at least 4 seats in the Lok Sabha. They can win 4 seats at from a particular single state also, or one from each state also. Then these are the 2 criterias. These are the 2 criterias to become a national party of a country, of our country. According to this classification, there were 7 recognized national party in India, and 7 national parties in our country in the year 2018. So according to 2018, as per 2018, there were 7 national parties. So we will go through about those 7 national parties one by one thoroughly, and we will look many details of those parties as well. So these are the criteria: 6% in legislative assembly they have to get votes, and at least 2 seats they have to win, and then only they will be recognized as a state party. And in Lok Sabha election, that is a bigger thing. In Lok Sabha election, they will again have to get 6% at least of the total votes, and they will have to win at least 4 seats in the Lok Sabha. Okay, so these are the criteria to become a national party. So if any student, Let us move ahead, my students. We will first start with the All India Trinamool Congress, AITC. That is the name of the party that was recognized as the national party also in 2018 election. So let us see what is there and what is their symbol. We will go through. This is the symbol. Two flowers are there and grasses are there. The two flowers and grasses are there, and you can see the photo of the founder of this All India Trinamool Congress Party, that is Mamta Banerjee. So that is the logo. You can see I have shown you the logo, and even I have shown you the image of the founder of that particular party also. Let us see in more details about this party. It was launched in on January 1st, January 1998, under the leadership of Mamta Banerjee. You have already seen the image of Mamta Banerjee. You can see over here also, my dear students. She is there, is the founder of the party, Mamta Banerjee. So this party was formed in the year 1998, almost 22 years back, on 1st January 1998. And it was recognized as a national party in 2016. You can see over here that it took 18 years for this party to become a national party, to really fulfill the criteria of becoming a national party. This party took almost 16 plus 2 18 years to become a national party. So the criteria is too tough, my dear students. The party's symbol, you can see the symbol I have shown you. This is the symbol of the party also. You can see it, my dear students. This is the symbol of the party. So the party symbol is flowers and grass, and this party is committed to two things. Number one, secularism. That means everyone can follow its any religion, can practice and propagate any religion. It is secular for all. And that is federalism, that is brotherhood. It is following that everyone is a part of the or member of the same family. So this party is committed to these things, secularism and federalism. That is quite important for a democratic country. The party has been in power in West Bengal since 2011. 2011 to 2020, the party is running the government from last 9 years. So, almost 10 years they are going to run the government. The party also has a presence in Arunachal Pradesh, Manipur, and Tripura also. And the fourth one is West Bengal. So they have fulfilled the criteria in these four states: West Bengal, Arunachal Pradesh, Manipur, and Tripura. In the general elections held in 2019, this party got 4.07% votes, and they won, you can see, 22 seats, which made it the fourth largest party in the Lok Sabha. So that is the fourth largest party in the year 2019 election, in the general election. This party got 4%, almost 4% vote, and won 22 seats. That is quite big also, and that made it fourth largest party in the Lok Sabha election. So that is the detail of this party, my dear students. Now we will see to it about the next party, that is Bahujan Samaj Party. Now let us see, my students, about the Bahujan Samaj Party. This is the symbol of this Bahujan Samaj Party. That is a elephant is there. You can see why without having eyes. Yeah, you can see Bahujan Samaj Party. That is the symbol. And let us see about its formation. Formed in the year 1984 under the leader of Kasi Ram. Let me see the human being who is behind this party. That is Kasi Ram. He is the person who has formed this party, and you can see the symbol is also there. Kasi Ram has formed this party, Bahujan Samaj Party, and let us see what is his intention to form the party. It seeks to represent and secure power for the Bahujan Samaj, which includes this. They have formed this particular party to include these people, especially Dalit, Adivasis, other backward classes people, OBCs, and the religious minorities also. So these four type of people are included in this particular Bahujan Samaj Party, and they have form this party to represent this party and secure some power for these Dalit, Adivasis, OBCs, and religious minorities, societies of of our country. So we have got the intention of this party also, that they want to do something for the poor, something for the people who are lagging behind in our country. So that is the intention of this party. And yes, we can guess the name of Baba Saheb Ambedkar. B.R. Ambedkar should be here. You can see over here, draws inspiration. This party, they get the inspiration from the ideas and the teachings of these people. They means, you can say, they used to follow the teachings of these people: Sahu Maharaj, Mahatma Phule, Periyar Ramaswamy, Naikar, and almost Baba Saheb Ambedkar is also there. So they used to follow the teachings of these people. They used to follow the ideas of these people, and really these people were really very great. Especially B.R. Ambedkar ji was very great man, and he really has done a lot of things for the OBCs as well, the Dalits as well. So let us see what is next. That stands for the cause of securing the interest. This party is standing for what? To secure the interest and the welfare of the Dalits and oppressed people. Oppressed mean वो लोग जो दब गए हैं, यानी कि बड़े लोगों के बीच में, those have been oppressed by the stronger people, stronger religious people, or stronger parties also. So this party is standing to secure the interest and welfare of the Dalits. Especially they are working for the Dalits and the oppressed people who are lagging behind. Now you can see this party has main base in the state of Uttar Pradesh. Mainly they are in the state of Uttar Pradesh, and they have large presence in the neighboring states also, like Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Uttarakhand, Delhi, and Punjab. So this party is having its branches, its units in the states of Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Uttarakhand, Delhi, and Punjab also. So we can say it is a really a large party having different branches and units in different states. Almost we can see there are names of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6 states. Okay, and even Punjab, a very big state, is also there. They have formed the government in Uttar Pradesh several times by taking the support of different parties at different times. So they have contested the election with the help of alliance government. They have formed the front, and they have got together with different parties at different time, and they have formed the government. They have ruled Uttar Pradesh many times. So they are joining with different parties, also joining hand and working for the welfare and interest of the Dalits and the oppressed people. And in 2019, it polled about 3.63% votes, and they have actually secured 10 seats in the Lok Sabha. That is also quite good, my dear students. To become a large party or recognized party, they have to just get 4 seats, and you can say they have got 10 seats in the Lok Sabha election in 2019, and they have got 3.63% votes also. So that is regarding the Bahujan Samaj Party, founded by Kashi Ram. You can see over here. So let us move ahead towards the next party, my dear students. Let us see who is next. Bharatiya Janata Party, currently the ruling party of our country, Bharatiya Janata Party. Let us see the symbol of Bharatiya Janata Party. You can see it is a lotus. That is the symbol of this party, Bharatiya Janata Party, BJP in short form, you can say. Let us see who has formed this party and what is the intention, why this party has been formed. We have seen about Trinamool Congress, we have seen about Bahujan Samaj Party. Now we will see to it about Bharatiya Janata Party. This party was founded in the year 1980, almost 40 years back, by reviving yani dobara zinda karna, by reviving the previous Bharatiya Jana Sangh. That was the previous name, you can say you can say that was the previous name of the party, Bharatiya Jana Sangh, and it was formed by Sama Prasad Mukherjee in the year 1951. This party, Bharatiya Jana Sangh, was formed in the year 1951, but it was revived, फिर से जिंदा किया गया इस party को in the year 1900, and party by the name of BJP, Bharatiya Janata Party. He is the man What is the name of the man? Sama Prasad Mukherjee. That is the man who has formed Bharatiya Janasangh in the year 1951. But this party has not done very good in those years, and that's why it was just declining. But it again revived in the year 1980. Now let us see what they want to do by forming this party. They want to build a strong and modern India by drawing inspirations from. So what, from where they will get inspiration to build our country strong and modern India? They will get the inspiration from India's ancient culture and values. So they will give respect, they will respect, and they will take care about the culture of our country and the values of our country. So they are just giving respect to our ancient, to our traditions. They are taking respect and giving respect. They are getting inspiration from ancient culture as well as values. And Deen Dayal Upadhyay's ideas, now they are going to follow, they is to follow the ideas of Deen Dayal Upadhyay's ideas of central humanism. That is the idea of central humanism and Antodaya. So we will go through about this word also, Antodaya. What is that? Antyodaya. So they are going to follow, they are following the ideas of central humanism. That is humanism, you all know, humankind, and they are going to maintain, they are going to take care about the values of the human also. And they are taking it from the central. Their central means their main aim is to form what? Humanity. Their main aim is to generate, or you can say improve or implement or work in the progress in the path of humanity. And Antodaya. Let us see what is next. That is, you can see cultural nationalism. They are just going to support, they are supporting the culture of our country. Especially it is there in your book also, it is written that they used to follow the term, the word you can say Hindutva, which is an important element in its conception. So their concept is what? To just propagate, to promote this concept of cultural nationalism, or you can say Hindutva, in Indian nationhood and as well as in politics also. So they are working towards this Hindutva concept of Indian nationhood and politics. So their main aim is want their main aim, their culture, they are going to follow this culture of Hindutva. They want full territorial and political integration of Jammu and Kashmir with India also. And really they have done this also. Jammu and Kashmir, they want to integrate full Jammu and Kashmir in India. Partly they are under the control of Pakistan, and partly they are, Jammu and Kashmir is under the control of India. But the intention of this party is what? To get full territorial and political integration. Politically also and territorially also, they want to integrate, means include Jammu and Kashmir in India. They want to get that part of Jammu and Kashmir also, which is there, which is captured by Pakistan also. So this party wants to get that part also with in our country. That is a good thing also. This party also wants a uniform civil code for all the people living in our country. So same type of rules and regulations they want to form, and which should be followed by every individual of the country. So that is the uniform civil code. They want to implement this concept of civil code. That is the, means you can say rules and regulations same for all people of all religion, of all faith, of all behavior, or speaking of different languages, wearing different dresses. Everyone will have to say follow the same rule and regulation. Will have to follow the same code of conduct of life also. So this is also one of the intention of this party. They want to form unit. They want to create a uniform civil code for all people living in the country, irrespective. You can see over here that it is clearly mentioned that irrespective of religion, they will ignore. They will say that everyone will have to follow this uniform civil code, whatever that they are going to include in that uniform civil code. And they also want a ban on religious conversations. So no one will speak against on any religion. That is a good thing also. Again over here, that is a ban on religious conversations. No one will take the name of religion while giving a speech or taking some advantage of any religious conversation. No one is going to use the religious concept So they are going to form a, or you can, they want to include a ban on the religious conversation. And on the other hand, you can see they also want to promote, and one of the concept they are having, the concept of Hindutva as well at the same time. And they also want a ban on religious conversations as well. So that is good. Let us see the next part of the Bharatiya Janata Party, what they want to do next, also what is their intention. BJP's support base increased largely in the year 1990s. From 1990s, their support was increasing, which was they were having limited support in towards the north and west and to urban areas. But the party expanded its support in the south, east, and the northeast, as well as to the rural areas. From 1990s, they started generating or getting a lot of support from the people throughout the country. So that was the good, and that was the, you can say, that party revived once again in our country. And this party came into power in the year 1998 as the leader of the National Democratic Alliance, that is NDA, including several regional parties. So they join hand with different regional parties, local parties also. And once they formed their government in India in the year 1998 as well, under the alliance. Okay, that alliance name is what? National Democratic Alliance. And that is the great step over here. That is a great, you can say, achievement for this party. In 2019 Lok Sabha elections, what they have done, they got 303 members, and they emerged as the largest party with 303 members in the 2019 Lok Sabha elections. Currently they are ruling as the NDA government at the center as well. Currently this party is the ruling party in our country also. And in 2019, you can see they have done a greatest, they have got the greatest achievement of their life. You can see they got 303 members in the 2019 Lok Sabha elections. So wait a minute. So that is all in this class, my dear students. A lot of thank you to all of you that you are all here in the class. Stay at home and stay safe. Bye bye. Take care, my dear students. Hope we will meet again in our next class. Thank you, my dear students.